Have you ever done something you swore you'd never do, and afterward sat there wondering, what was I thinking? Maybe you screamed at someone you love. Maybe you bought something you couldn't afford. Maybe you ghosted a friend who needed you the most. And afterward, the same thought haunts you. That wasn't me, but it was. It was you, ruled not by logic, but by emotions. You see, the greatest illusion we live under is this: I make decisions because I'm rational. The truth? You make decisions because you feel something. You act because emotions, not logic, command your behavior. And if you don't control your emotions, someone else will. The dark truth about emotions. Let's get one thing clear. Emotions are ancient. They were designed to keep you alive in a dangerous world, not to help you thrive in a modern one. When your ancestors saw a wild animal, they didn't sit there calculating its speed or strength. They felt fear, and that fear made them run. Emotion was faster than thought. Emotion was survival. Fast forward to today. We're no longer fighting off wild animals, but that ancient wiring still runs the show. Fear, anger, lust, guilt, shame, pride. Each emotion yanks the steering wheel of your mind and drives your behavior. You think you're in control? Most of the time you're not. You're just rationalizing what your emotions already decided. 1. The impulse buy. You walk into a store just to look around. Then you see it, the perfect jacket. It's not practical. It's expensive. You know you shouldn't. But you feel desire, a little thrill in your chest. And without thinking, you're at the register swiping your card. Later, when you're back home and the high has worn off, logic catches up. Why did I buy this? Because emotion made the decision. Logic just showed up afterward to make excuses. 2. The explosive argument. You and your partner are arguing. It's about something small, dirty dishes maybe. You both know it's stupid. But suddenly you're shouting, saying cruel things you don't mean. What? Because anger hijacked your brain. It flooded your system, shutting down the rational parts of your mind. In that moment, your emotions were driving, and you were just along for the ride. Later, once the storm passes, you feel shame. You try to apologize, but the damage is already done. 3. The silent regret. You're at a party. Someone says something that hurts you, a joke at your expense. You want to stand up for yourself. You rehearse the perfect comeback in your mind, but you freeze. Fear grabs you by the throat. You laugh awkwardly instead of speaking up. You leave that party angry at yourself, wondering why you didn't act. It wasn't that you didn't know what to say. It's that fear, not reason, controlled your behavior. Inside your brain are two major players: the amygdala, the emotional brain; the prefrontal cortex, the rational brain. The amygdala is ancient, fast, and powerful. The prefrontal cortex is slow, careful, and logical. When you experience a strong emotion, the amygdala can hijack your brain. This means you react automatically, without thinking. It's like your emotions cut the brakes and slam on the gas. And here's the dark truth. The amygdala always gets the first move. Logic only arrives if there's time, and usually there isn't. That's why people in power, politicians, advertisers, manipulators, don't waste time trying to reason with you. They go straight for your feelings. Because if they control how you feel, they control how you behave. Marketers make you feel inadequate. You're not attractive enough. You're not successful enough. You're not happy enough. Then they offer a solution. Buy this, wear this, drive this. Problem solved. Politicians make you feel fear. They are coming to take your way of life. Your children aren't safe. Your future is under attack. Fear rises. And in that fear, you don't think clearly. You just vote, fight, or comply. Toxic people make you feel guilt. After everything I've done for you, how can you treat me this way? You owe me. They trap you in emotional quicksand. The more you struggle, the deeper you sink. The sad truth? Most people aren't manipulated by facts. They're manipulated by feelings. Control the feeling and you control the person. If emotions drive behavior, then mastering your emotions is the ultimate superpower. You don't have to be a puppet. You don't have to be a slave to every mood swing, every surge of fear, every flash of anger. You can reclaim the wheel. Here's how. 1. Name the emotion. When you feel overwhelmed, stop and name it. I am feeling angry. I am feeling scared. I am feeling jealous. Why does this help? Because naming the emotion activates your rational brain. It pulls you out of the emotional spiral, even just a little. Naming creates distance, and distance creates power. 2. Breathe before you act. Before you say something you'll regret. Before you buy something you don't need. Before you run from an opportunity because you're scared. Pause. Take 3 deep, slow breaths. This isn't some silly self-help trick. It's neuroscience. Breathing calms the amygdala and gives your logical brain a fighting chance. In that tiny pause, you regain control. 3. Ask, what is the emotion trying to protect? Every emotion, even the ugly ones, is trying to protect you somehow. Fear is trying to keep you safe. Anger is trying to defend your boundaries. Jealousy is trying to alert you to a threat. Instead of fighting the emotion, get curious. What are you trying to protect? When you understand the need underneath the emotion, you can address it with wisdom, not panic. 4. Practice emotional rehearsal. Imagine situations where you tend to lose control. Visualize yourself responding calmly, wisely, powerfully. This rewires your brain. The next time the situation hits you in real life, your mind will recognize it and respond the way you practiced. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your training. Train your emotions, turning darkness into power. Let's face it, you will never be able to turn off your emotions. You shouldn't want to. Emotions are what make life rich and meaningful. But you can master them. You can recognize when you're being pulled by invisible strings. You can choose not to kill the emotion, but to guide it. The world is full of people who are slaves to their feelings, who rage, weep, run, spend, betray, and call it just being human. But you can be different. You can be awake. You can be powerful. Because once you understand that emotions drive behavior, you don't have to be a victim of that fact. You can be the driver. You can steer your life, not away from feeling, but through feeling, with clarity, strength, and unstoppable will.